Most I am known as Joan of Arc. However, my given name is Joan the Arc. During my life, I was given the nickname La Pucelle, the maid, and became a symbol of purity and energy, sent by God to inspire the French during the time of depression of the 100 Years' War. I am single, and my interests include devotion to prayer and faithfulness to God and His mighty power. Also, I enjoy riding my fine black warhorse into battle, leading the French to victory. I grew up as a peasant. I learned the domestic skills, such as sewing and spinning, and fulfilled my duties as a daughter. After becoming a soldier, I took great joy in the job because I knew that becoming a soldier would allow me to serve God in defeating the English and the Burgundians, their ally, to save all of France. My physical attributes, which I like the best, are my voice that has the power to persuade and my strong and youthful body. Unlike other women who are weak and content to sit at home taking care of the children and cooking meals, I am a soldier who is strong and can defend myself in battle against my greatest enemy, the English, whose raging war caused me and my family to flee from our home village of Domremy, which borders Champagne and Lorraine, and settle into a neighboring village named Neufchâtel. In Neufchâtel we stayed at an inn with a woman called La Rousse. There I learned to ride a horse for the first time. My first journey away from my family was to Vaucluse, where the voice urged me to visit Robert de Bancourt, and he would give me men for my battle to save France. I escaped my family at 16 in order to fight for the sake of France and crown Charles VII, the Dauphin, as King of France at Reims. I visited Bancourt 3 times, and finally, after I predicted the defeat of the French at Herrings, he agreed to help me. From there, I left dressed as a man to Chinon, where I was received by Charles. After 3 months of examination by his churchmen, he allowed me to lead the French at age 17. I led the siege at Orleans to an ultimate victory, one of my greatest accomplishments. I continued on to battles in Jogues, Nyong, Beaugency, and Patay, where I remained victorious. But I do not recommend visiting there unless God wills it, for savage Englishmen wait there, ready to battle those who oppose them. In Reims Cathedral, I finally saw the Dauphin anointed as king. My mission, commanded by God, had been fulfilled. Some interesting things about me is that at age 12, I was visited by 3 saints, St. Michael, St. Catherine, and St. Margaret, who insisted I keep my virginity so that I will remain pure, for the sake of my salvation. Because my virginity is preserved, I am an untouched deity that can be trusted. If you choose me as a date, my fears of infidelity shall be wiped from your mind. Because my #1 devotion is to God. I eat very meagerly, only 2 meals a day, consisting of bread and wine. So for the one who will buy me dinner, you know you'll save a little cha-ching on the bill. If you want me as your date, do not be intimidated by a female who has marched into battle wearing shining white armor, determined and fearless. I inspired courage and faith in the entire French army by speaking of orders sent to me through the words of angels that came from heaven above. I never harmed anyone in battle, but I carried a sword that my voices informed me of its location, but I wouldn't allow it to be sharpened because it was only meant to be used as a symbol of authority. Proudly, I carried a white banner decorated with golden fleur-de-lis, depictions of angels, and the words Jesus Maria into each battle. If I were an animal, I would be a horse, because they are trustworthy and confident. Their eyes convey compassion for those who care for them and walk into battle fearlessly. Horses have a sense of freedom because they are able to gallop faster than any human can possibly run. As a horse, I would enjoy the rush of cool air against my face and the smell of fresh air as I raced through open fields with the sun shining down on me.